Hey guys, what's up? Ben here from NoCodeTribe.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build these 3D effects in Webflow. We're going to use the mouse movement interaction, a bunch of div blocks, images, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, let's get started. So before jumping into Webflow, let's have a look at what's going on when I interact with this component. So as you can see, it's basically a 3D effect on a picture, a text, and a logo. And it's just like a mouse movement. When I move my mouse over the component, it moves like it's 3D. So yeah, that's basically what we're going to build today in this tutorial. Let's jump into Webflow. So as usual, I have two parts in my project. So the top part is the template with the finished product, the finished component. And the bottom part is where I'm gonna rebuild this 3D effects here for you guys. Okay, let's first have a look at the structure of this template. So when I go inside the template, what I see first is a div block. And inside this div block, I have a picture, I have a heading, and another picture. So that's pretty simple. We're going to build that first, and then we're going to play with the interactions. Okay, let's do that. So what do I need? I need a div block. So I'll go pick up a div block here. I'm going to give it a name of 3D effect wrapper. Okay, inside, let's style it. So I need a layout flexbox, align vertical, center. So beam, flexbox, vertical, center. What else? I need a margin of 58, so that's going to be for later, but I can put it now. So left margin of 58 pixels. What else? A width of 630 pixels. So 630. And position relative, z index 1. Position relative, z index 1. Okay, so that's it for the styling of the 3D effect wrapper. So in the template, what do I have inside this div block? I have an image, a heading, and a second image. So let's go grab that in the element panel. So I have an image. Yep, I have a heading, and I have a second image, so I just copy paste. Good. Let's replace those images by the real pictures. Here we go. And the second one is the logo, which is here. Good. If I go to the logo, I think, no, not this one, the logo. Okay. If I go to the settings, I have here width of 120, so I'm going to put this 120. Good. Let's replace this setting by the real text. So I'm going to give it go to styling, give it a class of heading. Okay. And how did I style this one? I need position absolute. So position absolute. Auto 3%, 40 auto. So auto, oops, 3%, 40 auto. Good. Weight of bold 4740 and red 47 40 and red. Okay, in the template, okay, letter spacing -1, capital letter, and a text shadow. So letter spacing -1, capital letter, text shadow, and I'm gonna give it a light gray. Yeah, maybe this one, and I'll reduce the distance 1 pixel, blur 1 pixel, 135 degrees. 1, 1, 1. Good. Yeah, that looks pretty similar. That will do. Okay, so now let's replace with the real text. Webflow components and tutorials. So Webflow components and tutorials. Okay, maybe, yeah, the colors. So as you can see, I have like a red here, orange and green. So to modify the color, I just have to select the text I want and use here the span tool to give it a new, if I click again and give it a new class name of heading orange. Yep. And give it a color of orange. So I'm gonna use this pick to pick the orange one. Okay, good, and save it here. Dark orange, that's right. So I have my orange. Let's do the same for the green. So I select this text, span, and click again on this area and give it a new class name of heading green, heading, and change the color to green. Good, so that's good for the text. We are right. Now let's position this logo on the right and then position the text on the left. So to position like different elements on top of each other, you need to use the absolute position. So, and to use the absolute position, you need to set a relative position. So the relative is going to be my 3D effect wrapper. That's why I set relative here in the beginning. So now all my absolute elements are going to place themselves in this area here in the relative wrapper. So if I select my logo, let's have a look at the template. I have absolute position here, auto 40 and 8%. Let's do this. So let's give it a class of logo, position absolute, and what was the auto 48. So I want auto 8% and 40 pixels at the bottom. Here you go. Let's do the same for the text. So absolute here in the template, auto 3% 40. I think we already set this. Yes. So we are good to go. Okay. Before we move on, let's position this component in the center of the bottom part. It's going to be easier for you guys to see what's going on. So to do that, I will use the here section and position flex, no, display flex, align center. So yeah, we get it in the middle here. That's really nice. Okay, now we're done with the structuring, with the styling of the elements. Now we can, oh yeah, there's something missing here. I think there is a shadow. Yes, there is a shadow on the screenshot image. So I'm gonna select here my image, give it a class of screenshot, and give a box shadow. How much was this? 133, 180, A1, A1, A1. So I want the A1, 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 133. That looks alright. Yeah, that looks alright. Cool. Now let's move on to the interaction part. So as you can see here in the template, I have an interaction on my 3D effect div block. So it's what we call here on our project the 3D effect wrapper. That's the div block wrapping all the elements. So I have an interaction on this element here. Let's go have a look at what's going on. So it's a mouse move over element interaction. So what does it mean? It means that when I move my mouse over this element, all the elements inside these div blocks are moving together at the same time on the y-axis and on the x-axis. But we're going to see that later. Okay. Now, first, we'll have to set something called the children perspective. That's something you have to use when you create 3D effects. So to find these settings, you have to go in the element which is containing your component. So in this case, in my template, I have here my component, the 3D effect -1, and this component, it's inside this section. So this section, I have to define what's called the children perspective. So if I go to here, the styling tab, at the bottom, I have a transform here, and you can see children perspective, distance, 1000 pixels. So I have to do the same with my new project. So I'll go to here, my section new. It's the section containing my new project. And in the styling tab, I go to transforms, click those dots, children's perspective, distance, 1000 pixels. Okay, good. So now that we have our children perspective set, we can go to the interaction and let's see what's going on with this 3D effect. So I'm here in the template in the interaction panel. So let's have a look at what's going on in this interaction. So I have two parts here. The first part is the mouse X actions, and the second part is the mouse Y actions. So what does it mean? It means this is the actions happening when I move my mouse in the horizontal axis, so the X axis. So as you see here on this area, this is moving when I move my mouse in the horizontal axis. This area is the one for the vertical actions, so the y-axis, vertical axis. So let's have a look. In the X, what do I want? I want this component, so this is my wrapper. I want, when I am at 0%, so it means my mouse all the way to the left here, I want this wrapper to rotate. Here is rotate. On the y-axis, I want to rotate -7 degrees. And when my mouse is all the way to 100%, so it means here on the right side, I want the same element to rotate on the y-axis 7 degrees. So let's do that on our new project. So I'll go to the bottom. That's our project. Okay, I have to first to close or escape. Select an element, select a new interaction. So I need a mouse move over element. On mouse move, I want to play a mouse animation. Create a new animation. I'm going to call it mouse move. Make it simple. So on the X, on the horizontal, I want this wrapper to move, to rotate, like we saw in the template. So I have here the wrapper selected, that's good. 0%, I want to rotate. On the Y-axis, 7 degrees. No, it's minus 7 degrees, sorry. And when I'm at 0%, minus 7 degrees, and when I'm at 100%, I want this element to rotate 7 degrees on the Y-axis. So now if I preview, you can see it's already moving a bit like 3D effect. Now let's go back to the template. So I close this one, I go to the template, inside the interaction. So that's it for the X actions. Now the Y actions, I want the same wrapper here, the 3D effects. I want it to move on the X axis 7 degrees when my mouse is all the way to the top. So 0% on the vertical, it means here, or here, it's the same. And 100%, I want to rotate on the X axis minus 7 degrees. So it means my mouse is here, I want to rotate minus 7 degrees. So let's go close this, let's go to my project, interaction, that's my new interaction. So Y actions, I want this wrapper at 0% to rotate here 7 degrees on the X axis. And on 100%, I want it to rotate minus 7 degrees. So now if I go to live preview, I can see it's already, it's a bit like a 3D, yeah, there's a small 3D effect. There's still work to do, but we are getting there, we're getting there. So let's preview this project and see what we have to do next. So as you can see, the main difference between the template and my project is this. There's like two layers. There's like a background, and the text and the logo is in the front of the background. And when I look at my project, it's everything on the same layer. Text, screenshot, and logo is all moving together. Template is a bit different. So that's because we have to play with the Z to move this text and this logo on the Z axis. So let's have a look at the template. If I go to the heading here, I go to styling, and all the way at the bottom I see a transforms, and the transform is 200 pixels on the Z axis. That means I make it like I make it come closer to me by 200 pixels. So let's do that on my project. So I go back to the heading here down there. I go to styling, transform, plus, and I want to move on the Z axis by 200 pixels. And beam, it looks exactly the same. It means this text moves a bit forward, like towards me, sorry. And we're going to do the same with the logo. So if I go to the logo in the template, I also have a transform 200 pixels on the Z axis. So I'll do that here, select my logo, transform, move, Z axis 200, and here you go. And now if I go to preview, that's already way better. Good. Now, as you can see, when I'm in the corner here, that's not good. That's compared to here, where it's already better, and there's a delay. When I move my mouse out of the div block, there's like a delay, and here it's like straight. I move, bam, straight to initial position. So to set that, I have to go in the interaction. So let's go to the template. Let's have a look. Template here on my 3D effect -1. I'll go to the interaction, and here you can see the smoothing 90%. That's what we have to to set for my project here. If I go to Move in my project here, I just have smoothing 50%. So this is 90 now. And if I go to the preview, beam, that's good. That's what we need. And it's pretty much exactly the same. Maybe this font is a bit too small or a bit different. Yeah, let's have a look at that, but that's not a big of a deal. Heading, styling, let's see what's going on here. 4740, extra bold. What did I, oh, okay, I missed the extra bold one. So here you go. That's it. Now let's go to preview. It should be exactly the same. Here is the template. Here's the new project. That's it. Well, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you guys got to learn some good stuff. If you want to find more clonable components, Webflow interactions, and Webflow tutorials, go visit nocodetribe.com. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And I'm going to try to post really quite often. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.